Hello and good evening, Internet. So this tutorial series, is going to be an introduction into Python. Python is it's a simple language to learn, and it is a very popular language at the moment. It's very big in data science. If you see those Unity ads, I'm not endorsing them by any chance, it's just I keep getting them on my YouTube. They say Python you can do anything with Python. And that's really true. Because Python's, as I said, is big in data science. You can do robotics with Python. You can do web development with Python using Django and Flask. You can do you can even do hacking with Python. It's such a versatile language. It's like a Swiss Army knife of programming languages. And also it's very easy to learn, and you've got a very quick learning curve. So you don't need to know a lot of Python to do a lot of really cool stuff. Unlike a lot of languages out there like Java and C and C++ and whatever, you have to kind of really learn how to do certain things before you can get into really good stuff. Python, you can kind of go straight into really good stuff with only a very basic knowledge. You still need to know the basics. And the basics, there's really kind of, I'd say, about 4 basics when it comes to programming. So the first one is variables. You need to know what a variable is and how to use it. You need to know about loops, what type of loops, how to use loops so you can loop through things. You need a basic understanding of strings. Then you also need to know about conditional statements, if and else statements, so you can make decisions. And then usually you need to know something like about functions and a bit about maybe object-oriented programming. I'm going to really kind of follow the introduction to Python MTA course, so I won't really be going into much detail on object-oriented, because if you want to, you can go in and look up that yourself. Because for me, Python's, as I said, is kind of like a Swiss Army knife. You can do nearly anything with it, and that's kind of what I like to use. Just write quick, what they call quick and dirty scripts, and just run it. But you can do a lot of really cool stuff with it. So, without further ado, the first thing we're going to actually need is Python. So if you just open up your browser, I've already got it here, mine open here, so just type in Python. And we go to python.org, and you can go ahead and download it. Alright, let's just notice the server. So you just go to download, and you can download it. The latest version is 3.70. You can download for Windows, Linux, Unix, Mac OS. I recommend going with 3.7 because that's the latest version, and that's the version that's going to be used from now on. You could use 2.7, but the problem is that a lot of the code nowadays is not kind of backward compatible. So I'd stick with anything with a 3. If you want to try another version, you can download them here. But anyway, so you'll download that, and when you download Python, you'll automatically, I know in Windows anyway, you'll automatically get installed the idle editor. I think in Linux you actually have to download idle separately. So I'm just going to pull up idle. I should have it. Yeah, I'm going to I'll open it up. Here we go. Let me just drag it over here. Okay, so this is the idle editor. If you know, okay, it's saying here, it's Python 3.6. That's not the one we want. Try again. Cause maybe I have more than one version. Oops. No, it's still saying 3.6. Okay, maybe that's the version I have on my Linux machine. I don't know. But, like I said, the latest version is 3.7. So, as long as it's got a 3 in it for our purposes at the moment, it doesn't really matter. But this is the idle editor. This here is what we call the interactive shell. And you can kind of start coding straight away. So, let's say if we wanted to add two numbers together, say 2 plus 2, and we just hit enter, we get 4. Let's say 2 minus 2, we get 0. Let's say 100 divided by 25, we get 4. And if you notice, it says 4.0, which anyone who's coming from any other programming languages will realize that it's that's a float. So that's just something different with Python. And let's say 100 times 10 gives us 1,000. So you can see you can start off doing very simple addition in Python straight away off the bat. Excuse me while I cough. I'll just mute the mic. Sorry about that, I'm getting over a cold at the moment. Okay, so that's all fun and games. We can do very simple arithmetic, but as with any program, we want to be able to kind of interact with the user. So we're going to use the print function. So in Python 3, print is like this. You just type in print, and then, as anyone who does programming knows, we're going to use this hello world, because that's the first program every programmer learns to program. Now the interesting thing about Python here is the quotation marks. Doesn't matter if you use double quotation marks or single quotation marks. The only thing, first of all, I'll just show you this actually works. So we hit enter, hello world. So I'm using single quotation marks there, but let's just grab this line again. And I just want to show you that if I was to put in, say, something like isn't, which has different quotation marks, you'll notice that it's not going to work because it's going to get confused about quotation marks. Say syntax error, because it thinks that's the end of the string, which it's not. So that's why, if you're going to have a rule of thumb in Python, if you're going to be using if you're going to be using words like isn't and can't and stuff like that, things with it's on the tip of my tongue. You know what I'm talking about. I can't even remember what it is at the moment. But anyway, but you know what I mean. So if we just use double quotation marks instead, you'll see that will fix the problem. Single quotation marks will just say, okay, so you can see that will print the problem. So there we go. So that's hello world in Python. in the next lesson, what we're going to do, we'll show you, introduce you into variables, and also how to actually get input from the actual user. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you do, just subscribe and like, and click on the bell, the like button and the bell button down there. I'm going to try and get some more tutorials out, because I actually really enjoy doing these tutorials. Kind of fun for me, especially seeing that I'm doing a course in Python at the moment, and this will help me to keep my mind on Python. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.